So now how the code works or how the process flow works. So first of all, as you might be knowing, every time whenever you run any any Java code also, main method gets executed first, right? So your code will go to your main method, and in that we are doing the configuration object. So what is this configuration? This is Apache Hadoop configuration. From here you can see. Okay, everything is Hadoop dependency except this IO exception and string tokenizer. So you can say here conf, and we have this job object which is again a Hadoop class, and you have to pass this configuration object. This is optional. If you don't want to give anything or any name to the this job, you can leave it blank. After that you have to give in this method set jar by class method, you have to give what is going to be your driver class name. Okay, driver class name. See, you might remember I told, right, there will be three classes. One will be mapper,
Yeah, yeah,
one will
right.
be reducer, and one will be driver. Mapper
Yeah.
will contain map method, reducer will contain reduce method, and driver will contain main method. So since, see, this is my reducer class which starts from here, okay, public, and ends here. This is my reducer class. This is my mapper class, starts
Yeah.
from this public and ends over here. But my driver class starts from here. So you can say this driver is a parent of this mapper class and also this reducer class. So driver will be a parent of all these classes, whatever mapper class or reducer class you have written. Tomorrow, let's say if you want to write it separately. So what you do is you take this much code, copy paste into one more file and give the name in some reducer.java. But make sure you will do public keyword before that or access tokenizer before that, and it should be in the same package. You want to make any class as a mapper class, then how to do that? So for that we have to do this extends mapper, which is nothing but inheritance, right?
Yeah.
This statement means that this tokenizer mapper will become a mapper class for Hadoop, or Hadoop mapper class it will be. Okay. Same goes for reducer. As soon as you do any class you do extends reducer, it will become Hadoop reducer class. No such thing exists for driver. So driver will be like, it will contain only main method. So we were up to here. So here you have to specify what is going to be my driver class name, which is word count dot class in my current scenario, word count. Then what is going to be my mapper class name? So mapper class name is tokenizer mapper, this one. Third one is what is going to be my combiner class. So what do you mean by combiner? Now this question gets asked in interviews, like what do you mean by combiner? So combiner is called as mini reducer. Combiner is nothing but a reducer which gets executed before reducer. Now why there is a need of this combiner? So see, let's say you are running millions of lines of code, okay, or input file, and that created millions of keys. So what is going to happen is, if you have one reducer, that reducer will take those keys one by one and it will do the job. So that will take some time. So what does this combiner do is, it will compress those keys, or it will reduce the number of keys that are actually going to go to reducer. Okay. So if, let's say, if somebody asks what is actually a combiner, you can say combiner is a mini reducer which reduces the number of keys that actually goes to the reducer. By default, any reducer class that you write, that becomes a combiner class. Okay. So here you can say both combiner class and reducer class are same. Now here I have done set number of reduced tasks equal to 10. Now I don't know whether I told you this or not. we cannot set how many mapper tasks are going to run. That totally depends on the input size of the data. Okay, but what we can do is we can set number of reduce tasks, and that's what I have done over here. So let's say if you want to run 10 reduced tasks, then you have to do like this. If you want to do 0, you can do like this. And let's say if you want by default, how many mappers, or by default how many reducers are going to run. So you comment this line and it will tell you that by default it will run only one reducer task. Okay, if you want to override that, you can surely say like set num reduce task, and any number you can put over here. So those many reducer tasks are going to run. There is only one and one instance of combiner, and this is not a compulsion that you have to give set num reduce task. Even if you delete this line, then also it's okay, because by default it is going to run. That's why I have made it like, comment it out. Then after that you have to give set output key class. So what is going to be my key class? So key class means it's a data type class. So you can say text dot class. Then after that we have to give set value class, which is text int writable dot class. Now what is my output key? My output key is going to be a word, right? So that word will obviously be string. That's why I have given text dot class, and my output value is going to be the count of those things. No, not, it's not necessarily going to be one. It will be the sum of all those ones. So you can say it will be an instance. So it will be like int writable dot class. Then we have add input path and set output path. So add input path means where my data is residing in HDFS, so that I am passing it as args of 0. Okay, so I'll show how command line looks like, and based on that you can surely make out what is my args of 0 and args of 1. Args of 0 means command line argument, first command line argument, and args of 1 means second command line argument. And at last, this is the tertiary operator, you can say. What I am going to do is I will do job wait for completion. So it will wait till completion. If job is successful, it will return true, and if it is true, then I will return 0 for system.exit. And if it is 1, or job does not exist successfully, it will return 1. So if you do system.exit of 1, it will throw an error.